Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another Sheffield United match reaction with me, your host, Ingrid Nick. Now, I've just come back from the game. As you might be able to tell from my voice, a little bit, not too much shouting tonight, a little bit. Probably just every time Cadra got smashed. He nearly got killed many times tonight, but luckily, he comes out of that game unscathed. What a fantastic win, shall we say? I don't know. There were a lot of good performances tonight. Some very surprising performances as well, because there are a few players on that pitch that I think some of us had written off, some that we thought were going to be replaced by others. And we had a few good performances. It was good to see. But the Blades come away with a 2-1 victory over Sunderland. I've got to hand it to them. I am a massive fan of Sunderland. I really am. The support is fantastic, home and away. They put up a massive fight in that game, to be honest. We should have been home and dry. We should have been. And let's be honest, they didn't really pose much more of a threat. We pose more of a threat to ourselves, especially with giving the ball straight to their player to score a goal. There were many mistakes in Sunderland's goal from our point of view. But it was a very well taken goal. We'll get there. That was in the second half. Let's start from minute 1. And I've written down between minute 1 and minute 15, Sunderland were by far the better team. We did not get out of first gear. And the thing is, I've been saying this all season in prediction videos, in the prediction video even before the season started, that Sunderland are such a dogged team. They are like a ragtag bunch of not misfits, because they're a very well drilled, very good passing side. They've got two big, I wouldn't say lumps, because they were both great. They both really put us under pressure. But it wasn't just that. They were linking play well. They were quick firing balls into each other's feet, and it was just like ping. And it's like, wow, fair play, especially for that first 15 minutes. Sunderland, like I said, were the better side. 20 minutes in, Baldock goes through from an Egan long ball. It was a fantastic long ball from Egan. I say long ball, long pass, because that was exactly where he wanted it to be. George didn't really take it down well enough. He knocked it way into the distance, threw himself to the ground. Georgie boy, you're never getting that in a million years, mate. No chance at all. The 25th minute, Iliman Ndiaye wins a great free kick on the edge of the box. It didn't come to anything other than, I believe it was McAtee just clipped a free kick, and I think they headed the ball over the bar. So there wasn't much in that. But at this point, 25th minute, McAtee is really coming into this game, and he's playing more forward than Fleck normally does. So I was a little bit worried that he was going to get knocked about. And don't get me wrong, he's not the strongest of lads, and he does get pushed out of the way a little bit, but he doesn't half battle. He battles and battles. He's not a Man City prima donna that's going to play in that number 10 role and just wait for the ball to come to him. He's defending. He's everywhere. He's forward. He's back. He's left. He's right. And I thought he had a great game today. I really did. 30th minute, Lowe gets the ball right in the middle of the box, in the kind of semicircle of the 18-yard box. And I'm just crying out, shoot, smash it. And he just lays it across the box to Brewster, who's in a much worse position. And he hits it straight at the goalkeeper. Good save by the keeper. The keeper had a fantastic game. The Sunderland goalkeeper. I don't know what his name is, but he's a very good goalkeeper. And he had a very good night tonight, to be perfectly honest. Didn't really have any chance of saving either of the goals that we scored, to be fair. And then in the 31st minute, pretty much straight after that Brewster shot, they're messing about with it at the back. They are messing about. And what's his name? Daniel Neal. The ball comes into him. He kind of tries to turn. He loses his footing. McAtee jumps in. He's trying to stride away to have a shot. He grabs him. There's not a lot of contact, to be perfectly honest. But he does drag him, and you're going to give away a red card every day of the week. There was a player at the other side of the box, and I'm thinking he were never going to get there in a million years. Do not just book him, referee. And when he sprinted over, the card from where I was sat looked yellow, and I was like almost going to be going spare. My voice would have been a lot worse than this if that would have been a yellow card, but it wasn't. It was a red card. Daniel Neal sent off. I don't want to see people sent off. I don't want to see players sent off. It was a lot easier game than what it should have been. Sunderland certainly had the first 15 minutes, but then after that sending off was in the 31st. We certainly had the next 15. We were a lot better than we were earlier on. And we were just constant wave of attack and Berger. However, I do think that Berger had a shocking 60 minutes. He couldn't do anything right early on. And then towards the end of the game, just came into his own and we could have scored many, many goals late on. But yeah, I think we were still a little bit worried that we were going to concede a goal, which is the Sheffield United way, Sheffield United way. In the 32nd minute, directly from that free kick. Oh, that was the one where McAtee flicks the ball into the box and they headed that over the bar. So putting pressure on McAtee, putting a good ball into the box, a dangerous ball that, like I say, gets flicked over by a Sunderland defender. And then I believe from the resulting corner, comes into the box from Ollie Norwood. He beats the first man for the first time ever. My mate Scott from work messaged me and said, that's what happens when Norwood beats the first man. Fantastic ball. Maybe the goalkeeper could have come out and tried taking it or at least getting a punch on it, but he might have been a little bit kind of blocked from it. And Nell gets into a great position. He's all on his own. I don't know how he's found himself all on his own. That never happens to us. We always give away daft goals from corners and free kicks, but that never happens to us. So it's nice to see it finally go for us. And Nell rises above what seemed to be the moon in this goal. He's about 7 foot. When he jumped, he went to about 30 foot. And it was like, no one's getting anywhere near him. And if he misses this, it's a howler. But he doesn't. He finds the corner, easy as you like. Goalkeeper nowhere near it. Nobody challenging him. Fantastic start. 33 minutes in, Blades 1-0 up. And then really until half-time, it was just really a George Bulldog pop shot from outside the box on the half volley, I think it was, that flew into the upper tier. It was pretty much the upper tier. I think it hit the scoreboard. But I was thinking at that time, George Bulldog scored an absolute fandabidozi volley last season. We were 1-0 up. He was always going to hit that ball. Always going to hit that ball. But we're going to half-time. Pretty happy with that. We're 1-0 up. They're down to 10 men. If we can get an early goal in the second half, that will kill the game off, or we thought. And that happened. I was downstairs having a beer with my mate Ewan, and 46th minute, as I am just walking up to take my seat, Max Lowe is in the 6-yard box, tapping the ball in the back of the net. My head is in my hands. That's probably the first, because I barely ever go for a beer at half time because I just feel like you're always going to miss stuff, and I hate missing stuff. Prime example, the only time probably for the last 3 or 4 years that I've missed any seconds of United home games and we score a goal. I've watched it back on Sky Sports. It was a fantastically worked goal. Norwood, incisive through ball. Berger, I'm going to call him Patrick Berger then. Sander Berger steps over the ball. NL runs onto it. Lovely ball into the box. Tapping. Wilder ball, as some people were saying, but it weren't. It's Hecky ball. What a goal that was. That was, for me, the best goal of the season. What a fantastically worked goal that we scored. Very, very good to see. Very good. And Anel getting into advanced positions, not just advanced positions. He's literally pulling the ball back from about 10 yards away from the goalkeeper, and he's crossing that for and Max Lowe getting into the box from left wing back. That's what we want to see. Max Lowe had another good game tonight. What is going on? It's fantastic to see. We want to see it. Max Lowe played so well for Forest last season. Apparently, I didn't see that many of their games, but everyone banged on about how well Max Lowe did and that he's one of the best left backs. His rating was literally the highest in the Championship last season in the games that he played. And we've not seen anything from him this season. We saw a little bit in the second half against Borough, but that was a very, very well-worked goal and then very well taken by Max Lowe. It was only a tap-in, but you've got to be in that position to score that goal. Very, very well-worked goal. And we are on cloud nine. I'm thinking the last game against Millwall at home, we were 2-0 up, and we kind of just phoned in the second half a little bit. I wanted to see us in this game. They're down to 10 men. I want to see us go 3-4, 5-0 up. Now, I'm not saying that Sunderland are a bad side, but we were playing really well. And Sunderland are down to 10 men, tails are down, and we could and should have gone and won this game 3-4, 5-0. But John Egan, what a terrible, terrible pass to James McAtee. There was a lot of errors in this goal. John Egan plays a short pass to McAtee. Then John Egan's like, "What are you doing? Come and get it." Which maybe he should have done, but I don't think that he realised that there was a player just on his shoulder. It's nicked off him, so that's 2 errors straight away. Egan with a poor pass. McAtee maybe could have come and got it. I'm not blaming McAtee at all, to be honest. But the other error for me, Ollie Norwood came in to try and stop the ball from going through. Fair enough. It was a great ball through. But then Egan and McAtee are both coming to stop Lyndon Gooch from scoring a goal. Wes flies out of his goal. And if you're coming that far out of your goal, you need to make a save, Wes. That was a really, really poor decision from Wes, because I think John Egan was getting to Lyndon Gooch before he could get into a position to have a good shot on target. And poor from Wes. He shouldn't have come flying out like that. It's a fantastic finish. Can't take anything away from that. A great, in that position, that is what every player wants to do. Just lift it over the goalkeeper, because miles out of his goal. The thing is, a lot of players mess that up. They'll either put it over the bar, or they'll not get enough on it, or they'll try and pass it past him and he'll make a save. But yeah, composure of a god from Lyndon Gooch there. Flicks it over the goalkeeper, and that is 2-1. That just completely kind of throws our game plan out of the window. Now, it's the same thing. We just need to carry on playing as we're playing and score some goals. But we certainly went into our shells, because from the 55th minute, when Sunderland scored the goal, I've then got the next Sheffield United meaningful attack in the 17th minute. That's 15 minutes of pretty much Sunderland putting us under pressure after scoring a goal, because their tails were up this time. Their fans were going crazy. The fans were willing them on, and they were all over us. You wouldn't know in that second half. Up to the 55th minute, you knew that they had 10 men. After the 55th minute and all the way to 90 plus 7, you wouldn't know who'd got 10 men, to be perfectly honest. But in the 70th minute, Sander Berger hits a deflected shot as he runs through 2 of their players. He hits a shot, it's deflected, and it somehow just loops over the goalkeeper. Obviously, Sheffield United look, it hits the post and comes out, and they head it away. But another really, really good attempt there. In the 84th minute, Ollie Norwood hits an absolute beautiful drive that's ending up in the top corner. Goalkeeper makes a fan-davi-dozy save again. What a save. And then I've got 90 plus 2 minutes. Ollie McBurney saved shot. He twists on it, and it looks like he's trying to find the far corner. He hits it at the front post. Goalkeeper, strong hand there. Strong wrist, strong hand, whatever you want to call it. He tips it round the post. Ollie McBurney's thinking he's scored. He's thinking he's putting us 3-1 up, and he's thinking I might get more of a game this season. And finally, in the 90 plus second minute, just after that happened, a corner comes in. John Egan looks like he's headed it, and it's looped over the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper pushes it away. And then Kadra has a go at goal, and it's blocked. And that's all she wrote, really. I don't really think Sunderland put us under that much pressure to say that they were only 1 goal behind, but they were down to 10 men. I do think that Sunderland put in a great account of themselves. Hands big clap to Sunderland. Sunderland were fantastic in this game, but we just had too much for them. Like I said, I don't think they really caused us too many problems. I'm just trying to think of anything that I can remember. I think they put a few corners into the box that we defended well. A couple of like kind of hopeful flicks into the strikers that were just kind of bouncing, and then we cleared away a few times. But I just want to quickly go through the team because there were a lot of good performances. Like I said at the start of the video, a lot of good performances that I probably wasn't expecting tonight. Wes, poor coming out for their goal, but you live and you learn. He probably won't do that again. George, I thought, had a good game. Very, very solid game. He had Jack Clark. He was coming up against Jack Clark, and Jack Clark were having him on toast quite a lot of the time. But I don't actually think Jack Clark got past him once. He got past Anel earlier in the first half, but I don't think he got past George. George had a good game. They were always being occupied, so probably wasn't going forward as much as what he liked, but he did get forward a few times on the counter attack and us building that attack up. Anel got man of the match, deserved it as well. Anel was fantastic in this game, great coming forward, scored a goal, assisted a goal. It's got to be man of the match material, and that's 2 man of the matches out of 2 at home for Anel. He's never played in a home game and not got man of the match for Sheffield United, which is great news to hear. It's great because he's ours. He's not a lone player. He's not a Morgan Gibbs-White that we were crying when he were leaving. He's our player. And if somebody wants to prize him away, they're going to have to pay a pretty penny. Way more than 3 million. It's probably 10 times that, if that, probably more. So yeah, great game from Anel. I thought Egan also had a good game, except for the poor pass into McAtee when they scored. Who else? Who played left? I thought Reece Davis had a great game at left centre back. Also got forward to support the attack, not necessarily overlapping centre back, maybe underlapping centre back, but just got up there to support. Let Max Lowe get a bit further forward, and he had a really good game, especially that they had 2 big bruisers up top, especially early on, who caused us a few problems. I think we did well. I think we defended really, really well. Max Lowe had a great game as well. Well done, Max. Got on the score sheet. Hopefully that's signs of something to come. He's getting his confidence back. He's getting that Forest confidence. So hopefully he carries on from there. And Kieran Clark hopefully won't get back in the side. I'm not saying that because I don't like him. I really like Kieran Clark. But I want there to be loads of players this season that are out and then come back and can't get back in the side, because that means we're playing well. We're winning games. We're scoring goals. We're not conceding goals. James McAtee, what a player. What a player. Like I said earlier, a little bit lightweight, but gets stuck in. He does not shirk a tackle. He's constantly hassling them, harrying them. And he does give away a few free kicks from time to time. But I want to see that. I'd rather see that than not put a tackle in or shirking a tackle or being scared. I wasn't expecting to see him playing not defensive midfield, but central midfield. I thought I was going to see him play more as a number 10, maybe where Ndiaye or where Berger plays. But he played a lot deeper, and he played really well. He played really, really well. I thought out of all the lads that were available for this game, I thought it would have been Doyle that would be playing, not McAtee. But McAtee put in a fantastic performance. I want to see Doyle now. I really want to see Doyle at some point, because I think Doyle's going to be fantastic as well. So great. I think Norwood had a good game, solid game, quarterbacking, building from the back. Very good game from Norwood, spraying passes around. Didn't really have a lot to do today. Just starting those attacks, giving the ball to someone better, someone who can drive like Berger. And Berger, like I said earlier, I thought other than the step over for Anel to cross the ball to Max Lowe, by the way, I don't think you can say Lowe without saying Max Lowe. I have to say Max Lowe for some reason. I don't know why I can't just say Lowe. I'm going to try and say Lowe from now on. It was a great step over from Berger, but I think up to that, I think he were really poor. He gave everything away. He got caught on the ball really, really deep and they could have gone away and scored. Everything he seemed to do didn't really work in the first kind of 50, 60 minutes. And then he came alive towards the end, hitting the post, like I said earlier, beating men at will, drawing fouls, drawing free kicks. Brilliant. Played really, really well. And I think it was a bit more of a quieter game for Ndiaye. I think he battled in the first half without really getting anything from it. I do think that he would look way better not with Brewster. I hate to say it. I like Brewster. I want Brewster to do well. I'm not feeling it at the moment. I don't think anything's really coming off for him. And I don't know. I don't know what it is. I can't put my finger on what's going on with Brewster, but I just don't think he's playing that well. He came off the pitch, obviously. I'll go through some of the players that came on. Kadra, like I said earlier, won so many free kicks, not for diving, just getting smashed by their players because he's too quick. His feet are way too quick. And I want to see way, way more of Kadra this season. I'm so excited that we've got Kadra on the books. Hopefully we go up and we keep him, we sign him, and we see more of Kadra. But the way that we play, it's hard to really put Kadra in because really you're either replacing Iliman Ndiaye or Sander Berge, and both of them are just fantastic. So I wonder whether Ndiaye goes up top and then Kadra plays in his place. But Kadra needs to play more minutes. Kadra is fantastic. He's so quick. He's so skillful. He moves the ball so quickly. And he's just a joy to watch. And that's the reason why we pay money to watch players like that. And he reminds me of a quicker Morgan Gibbs-White. Very, very entertaining to watch. Ollie McBurney, I've got to give him a shout out. Ollie McBurney, I hold my hands up from last week. Well, I don't because he was rubbish last week or at the weekend. Ollie McBurney, when he came on, was fantastic. Clip that. I may never say it again. He deserves a big shout out in this game because he came on, he battled. I don't think he did one thing wrong. I don't think he gave away a pass. He was holding it up. He was flicking it to someone to run onto. He had a shot that was saved very, very well from the goalkeeper. He had a shot that was pretty tame, straight at the goalkeeper. But we'll ignore that one. That was a sighter because that second one, that deserved to go in the bottom corner if it wasn't for a fantastic save from the goalkeeper. But no, he held it up. He kept the ball in play. It stuck. It stuck up there rather than when we've got Brewster up top who can't hold the ball up. So it was nice to see that. So fair play, Ollie McBurney. Big props for that game. Fleck, I didn't really notice when he came on, to be honest. Just nice to see a familiar face who we know solid to be in there and see the game out. I think that was what it was for, to be honest. I'm trying to think who else came on. I'm not too sure. That could be it. But no, we played well in this game. I would have liked to have seen us finish the game off kind of 3-4, 5-0, as I said earlier on. But it wasn't to be this time. I just want to see us do that one time, or at least a couple of times this season, where we put teams to bed, because we played two teams, and fair enough, Sunderland had a man sent off. I thought Sunderland would have pushed us a lot more if it wasn't for that man sent off. They did still push us, but it was sort of quite easy in the second half because they had 10 men and we had a lot of the ball. I just think we are yet to be tested at home. Blackburn, they lost 3-0 tonight away at Reading. Mad. But I did say in the predictions video that they are in a false position. I really do think they are. I think that they're a good side. I think they're a really good counter-attacking side that they've obviously taken goals very, very well this season. They're going to drop. They're going to drop like a stone. Hopefully, we don't let Blackburn come to our place, play on the break, and they score a couple of goals and we can't do anything about it. Hopefully we go, and this is our test against Blackburn. This is our big test, and we come out of it with another win. I don't want to see us lose this season at home. It probably will happen at some point, but this is a fortress, Bramall Lane, and it's going to keep that way. It's going to stay that way. So yeah, I mean, I'm happy about tonight, as you can obviously see, but still, I would have liked to have seen us win that game a lot more comfortable. I do not like sitting on my hands and just being very, very nervous every time the other team gets the ball anywhere near our box. I want to see us at least 2 or 3 goals up. And if they're coming near our box, I'm like, no, we're fine. We're fine. Let's break on them. But yeah, it wasn't to be tonight for the second time in a row at home. McAtee, the Salford David Silva. He is. I've heard that a few times, Kieran. The Salford Silva. Great to see him. And let's be honest, David Silva wouldn't have it all his own way in the Championship. He would get kicked about as well. So McAtee will get kicked about this season. But yeah, I think he's got it in him to just get on with it. Just jump up and get on with it. I think the reason why Hecky doesn't play the lone players is that he's confident we are going to go up and he wants to see how we play without them. It's a good shout. It's a good shout, and it's a long season. Players will pick up injuries. There could be 1 or 2 players that pick up long-term injuries as well. That's just football. Players will get suspended. Other players will come in. It's up to them to try and wrestle that kind of position from the other players. I would rather see that than wishing for these lone players all season, because if they're not getting in, that's because that first side are doing really well. Thank you, Chris. Doing God's work. Hit that like button. Help support the brilliant lads. Definitely. Make sure you like this stream right now. I still think we need a striker. I think that's a good point, but I do also think that Iliman and Jai can also play that role, and I think he could probably play it better than Brewster. Kieran says once Brewster gets a goal, he'll go on a roll. People have been saying that for a long time. I hope he does. I really like Brewster. Doyle is similar to Norwood, all about passing, but stronger. I think he's got more legs than Norwood. Not sure his ping's better, but he takes the free kicks. He's, like I said, he's quicker. He moves the ball quicker. He's more skillful, and I want to see him in there. I really do. I think Kadri is someone we've wanted for a long time. Yeah, I can't remember a player like him other than Morgan Gibbs-White, but Gibbs-White was in a slightly different ilk. Like, Gibbs-White was that finished product, if you like. He's going to go. He's going to get into those positions, do a little flick around the corner, and run onto the ball or something like that. Kadri gets the ball. He runs at players. We've never really had players that runs at players and beats them. We just never had for some reason. Must be a Yorkshire thing. We just don't like him. A good solid team display, the type of game we need to keep us going. Absolutely. McBurney wound their player up. I didn't see any of that, to be honest. I didn't see that McBurney wound any of their players up. But fair play. I thought he had a really, really good game. If Kadri and Osborne morphed, we'd had Lionel Messi. Good point. Let's go on a non-loss streak next 5 games. Let's hope so. Blackburn is going to be a tough one. It really is. But if Reading can beat them at home, we can beat them at home. Shout out for McBurney scores were on the pitch chant. Oh, I didn't like that. I'll be honest, Chris, I didn't like that, because that is the fans taking the mick out of him, isn't it? In my opinion, that's what we sing for Chris Porter. That's what we were singing for Ollie McBurney. That's my take on it anyway. If other people think differently, fair enough. Hopefully that cameo kickstarts McBurney's season. I hope so. I really hope so. The urgency from Kadri to get us forward tonight was class. Very, very exciting. Will Lowe do a Jack O'Connell, poor start, then become a legend? It's a good point. Hope so. I hope so, because Jack O'Connell, like you say, was really, really terrible at the start of his Blades career. Matty Phillips was a great attacking player. Yes, that's a good shout. Matty Phillips was someone who could beat players, but he was definitely playing in a league, at least a league below, because they were in the Premier League, I think, at that point, and he was playing in League One for us to get some minutes under his belt. I think it spurred him on, to be fair. I hope so. I hope he took it in the right way. At least 10 points for the next 5 games. If not disappointed. It's a good point. Would you stick with Brewster for Saturday? For me, just doesn't like scoring. I wouldn't. Do you know what I would do? Honest to God, I wouldn't start McBurney. I'd bring him on to do what he did. I'd start Njai up front on his well, not on his own, up front as the highest man forward, Kadra and Berger just behind him. And Dye can do that job easily. He can do it in his sleep, and I think he could do it better than Brewster, to be honest. Hate to say it, but I think that's what it should be, but it probably won't be. It'll probably be Brewster again. I don't think our strikers get enough ball in the right places. I think you're right. I do think that's correct. But they also need to show a little bit more as well, don't they? Kadra McAtee start 100%. I don't know how you're going to get them both in. I really don't. I think that McAtee will start the next game. He's done nothing to deserve not starting the next game. So hopefully he does. It was nice to see him come off so that we weren't wasting his legs and get him to pick up an injury. One thing I will mention, Illiman and Njai picking up an injury. It was a kick to the back, I think it was. A weird kind of kick to the back when the player went up for a header. He was constantly holding his back. He came off and he was still holding his back, but hopefully it's just a bit of a kick to the back and he's absolutely fine for the next game. Anyway, I'm going to leave you there. Thank you very much for watching. I don't want to be on here all night. It is 11:30 now. For those that are watching live, loads and loads of people in the stream right now. So make sure you like this video before you go. Also comment, please, on the video, not just in the live chat, on the video. Let us know what you thought of that game. Let us know who, for you, surprised you, because McBurney, low, McAtee was really good in a deeper role, which I wasn't expecting, which was great too. Lots and lots of players tonight that have put a benchmark down saying, I want this position. Max Lowe could have that position all season if he continues to play like this. So fingers crossed the Blades go to, well, Bramall Lane again and beat Blackburn Rovers, because they are a wounded animal at the moment. It could be a good thing. It could be a bad thing. Let's see what happens. Fingers crossed, Blades. Let's have 3 home wins in a row. I will see you next for the championship prediction video. There's 178 people in now. Make sure you watch those championship prediction videos, because they are one of my favorite things that we do. So it's a really fun video. Me and Ollie just picking all the championship scores out. It's a fun video. Get involved. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you then. But if not, I will see you for the Blackburn preview. Have a good evening.